Right, peace and blessings, everybody. It's Rudy. It's August the 10th, the year 2017, and I got a letter from Daniel Riley, and he's always a real gentleman. He's a very nice guy. One of the things that resonated with me when we were having a conversation, because he calls usually on Fridays, so he may call tomorrow, but he said that one of the things that he misses in his freedom, keep in mind he's 50 years old, and he's been in prison 10 years, and he's got a long way to go, assuming God doesn't work a miracle. He says one of the things that he misses is simply driving down the road with his arm hanging out the window. And I can totally relate to that. So I pray that God does work a miracle to get Daniel Riley out of prison. He never hurt anybody. All he wanted to do was help Ed and Elaine Brown. That's his address. I pray that you write him a letter. He really needs it more so than probably other prisoners. I think he doesn't have a lot of people writing to him. You say, what can I write to him about? Well, he just recently wrote this letter right here that we read into YouTube. When I say we, my wife. My wife read he worked 60 hours on this letter. The title is How America is Being Enslaved by Paper Currency by Daniel Riley. Now, if you want to just listen to my wife read it, you can do that, and it's 56 minutes and 48 seconds. If you prefer to download it, if you go down to yearofjubilee.com and click on Ed and Elaine's page, you'll see that you can download the PDF scan of his letter right here. How America is Being Enslaved by Paper Currency. So, you can either download the PDF file or listen to my wife read it. Now, the letter tonight that we got from Daniel has a list of books that he would like to read. He seems to be a real reader. And Secrets of the Federal Reserve by Eustace Mullins. That's kind of interesting because Russell mentioned that book too. But I took all of these books and added it to the books that we already had. So if you scroll back up, you'll see that there's sections for Ed and Elaine Brown. There's a section for Jason Gerhard, and there's a section for Daniel Riley. Daniel Riley says, see Daniel Riley's book wish list below. And then I put Daniel Riley loves to read. You can purchase him a book from Amazon as a gift. Buy the cheapest version. You don't need to buy the most expensive version, right? So this is a list of all the books that he has on his list. And so if you wanted to keep his mind occupied, instead of just being in a cold prison cell surrounded by who knows what and the guards that treat him bad, send him a book. And he's provided a list. I have not looked up these books. So you can find an old book from Amazon and have it sent from, a lot of times from Goodwill or what have you. And they're fairly cheap. And if you send him a book, write him a letter to make sure he got it. Let me know and I'll take it off the list so nobody sends him the book twice. So that's what I got for Daniel. I would say the most important thing you can do is to download his letter about how America is being enslaved by paper currency and provide him some feedback. He loves to get feedback on his writing. And, you know, when you're an intelligent man, 50 years old, and you're trying to do something to educate people in your country, it's very good emotionally to have people read what you're writing. And if he thinks that nobody's reading what he's writing and he's putting 60 hours work into it, it could be very depressing, right? And so I'm just saying, he is a Christian. He's a brother in the Lord. He talks about Jesus as his Savior. And you're going to spend eternity with him. And, you know, if you just have 15 or 20 minutes to write him a letter or just listen to his, you know, read his letter and then provide some feedback, it could mean the world, right? It could really brighten up his day. And these prisoners are starving for fellowship of fellow Christians, liberty-minded people. And Daniel Riley has always been a gentleman. So thank you for your time. I pray that you write him a letter. His address is right there. And God bless. The last line of peaceful defense between a tyrannical government and the defendant is jury nullification. Educate yourself about jury nullification at feedya.org.